How should I hold my camera when I'm taking photos? It may seem like a very simple question, or even an odd one. However, there's a lot of people who really have no idea how to hold their camera. Let's start with a small camera like this. Holding the camera correctly can often influence the quality of your images. The more movement you have in your camera while you are busy taking the photo, the lower the quality of your image is going to be. You don't want to move your camera. A camera style I see quite often is what I call the finger hold. And it's people that hold their camera like this. It's dangerous. You're going to drop this because you have no decent grip on your camera. It offers very little stability to your camera. The other one that I see quite often is people that do hold it correctly, like this with this hand. So you hold it like this to control your zoom. That's wrong. Your fingers should never go over in this style, because this hand then shakes the camera around while you are taking photos, and holding it like this doesn't give any kind of stability. You cup your hand, your left hand, and you take your camera in your right hand and you place it down into your hand. Now you've got full control. You keep your elbows close to your body. Now you've got control over this device, and when you take photos, it doesn't move because your whole body stabilizes your camera. Let me get a slightly bigger camera to demonstrate. This is my Sony A7 Mark III, one of my favorite cameras, with a pretty heavy lens on it. It's a 85mm lens, and this is a heavy device. If you have it in one hand, you want to have it secured. And for that reason, you want to cup your hand again and place the entire lens and camera into your hand. This way, if you lose control with your right hand, you still have the camera. And that always gives you that bit of security. If you are going to put your hand over the top like this, you've got no security of this camera. If you're going to be holding it like this and you leave, I'm going to really grip it now, but you have to really grip. It's dangerous. Don't put your fingers over the top of your lens. The other thing is also to remember to keep your arms at your sides, because that gives you stability. When you lift the camera up to your eye, cup this into your body, and that way you have stability. Use your eyebrow onto your viewfinder. Push it against your eyebrow. That way you can properly look through the viewfinder, and you've got a third point of support that holds the camera for you. Stable. Your head stays stable and it holds the camera stable. Another mistake I see people do is when they shoot vertically or in portrait mode. They tend to do this. And now you got, especially the people who shoot overhand like this. There's no way to keep a camera stable like that. And leaving this hand makes this hand very unstable. And even leaving this hand, this is a wobble. There's no way to keep this stable. The correct way to do vertical photos or portrait mode photos is to hold on to this piece, which is designed for the camera for you to hold on to, and grip it like this. This way you've got control over your camera. You cup your hand and you place the camera into your hand. Now you've got stability. You can leave this hand or you can leave this hand and it stays stable. And also use your eyebrow onto the viewfinder, and now you can take photos that way. If you want to do live view, it's still stable. When you push your elbow into your body like this part becomes stable, and you can even do live view that way. These rules count no matter the size of the body. The bigger the camera gets, the more obvious these rules become. Let me show you. This is going a little overboard, This is a giant lens, doesn't have its lens hood on, but it's a 500mm lens. It's an older one, but the rules still apply. Normally I would mount this onto a tripod or a monopod, but if I have to hand hold, the same rule. You cup your lens. You hold it like this so that you've got stability. Same rule applies. Use your eyebrow onto your viewfinder, and that gives you another point of stability. I can leave this hand, and this hand still has the camera. Doing it the wrong way with your hands over the top, there's no way to hold such a big camera. You're going to drop it. Also, don't shoot vertical photos like this. There's no way to keep that stable. Movement of this lens on a long lens like this is going to lose you shots. You put your hand up to the top, even though the elbow is here. This elbow is your support. And again, eyebrow, this hand's free to leave, and even this hand's free to leave, but you don't want to do it with such a big lens. It is heavy. That's the correct way to hold a camera. If you have any questions or suggestions, pop them down in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next video. Yes, that thing's heavy.